Well, hopefully you had a wonderful holiday and you're moving into 2023, the new year. So I want to talk to you today about the mindset that you want to take into that. But first, I have some questions. So let's go ahead and get started. When we often talk about what the next year is going to bring, we do see this transition period. And this week between Christmas and New Year's, at least in the Western world, does feel like that transition. We're moving from the end of the previous year and opening up new beginnings into the following year. So while we're in this in-between state, I wanted to ask you a couple of questions about how you look at everything. And let's look at it from the standpoint of time, because of course the new year is a new period of time that we label. So right now, when you think about things, when you find yourself in everyday life, at what time do you find yourself? Do you find yourself thinking about the future, worrying about it, trying to decide what to do, planning for it, imagining it, trying to create the results that you want in the future? Or do you find yourself thinking about the past, worrying about the things that had happened, feeling regret over decisions that you had made, or reminiscing about old times and saying, oh, it never is like it used to be? Around Christmas time, this is a very common thing to think about how the family used to celebrate back when there were grandparents or whatever. The family makeup was completely different. Or do you find yourself living in the now and appreciating all the subtleties of the now moment, enjoying the beverage, the warm beverage in the morning, feeling the comfort of clothing, or just enjoying the moment of your family, enjoying the way that the children are responding, or the way that you get to talk to your parents, or whatever situation that you find yourself in. You enjoy those moments, those special gifts that we get constantly, actually. Well, you can kind of probably already see where I'm going here, because living in the moment very rarely has a negative. There is a negative side to it. You could say, okay, in this moment, I'm in incredible pain and I want this pain to go away. So that is still a case for not necessarily liking living in this moment. But most of the time, we spend that time thinking about what's going to happen or what has already happened. So as we look to, hey, it's 2023, it's a brand new chapter, we get to open up a new thing. When you think about that, do you look at it with excitement, enthusiasm? I'm going to make this a great year. Or I hope that things are going to be better this year. Or I'm aligning myself with a better year. Or do you look at it and say, oh no, another year of misery, another year not having enough money and not having enough love and not having enough whatever it is that you're worried about? Or do you even look back and say, oh, 2022, that was pretty good. I'm not sure about this next year. Or 2021, that was pretty awesome. I'm not sure about 2023. I'm a little worried that it's not going to be as good as it used to be. That seems like that's a little less likely. So there's a way to make 2023 an amazing year. And it doesn't matter what happens to you on the outside. You could have all kinds of tragedy, all kinds of miserable things, all kinds of problems in 2023, but it could still be your best year. You could have had no problems at all in 2022, but it'll be your worst year. What's the difference? The difference is how you look at it. If you've watched many of my videos, you've seen me talk about this. If you haven't, then subscribe and check them out, because I've got a lot of different things to help you with all these sorts of issues. Yes, most of the time I talk about negative entity attachments, but I also talk about all the things around negative entity attachments that brings them to you. This is another one of those things. If you can look at 2023 and say this sentence, I trust that the universe will bring me everything that I need in order to grow and to expand and to learn lessons, the lessons that I really need to learn, or that I came here to learn very specifically, knowing that everything happens for us, not to us. We are not a victim. We are experiencing this world exactly as we're supposed to, and embracing that and celebrating it. One of the best ways to do that is, of course, to live in the moment. to not think necessarily about the future and planning and worrying, and not worrying or being upset about the things that have happened in the past, but to live in this moment right now. What am I getting right now? What can I be grateful for in this moment right now? And it could be January 1st, 2023, and already bad things are happening. But you know what? All you have to do is say, okay, what is this bringing to me? What are the fantastic lessons I can get out of this? Sure, you can be miserable about it, and it's okay to be. I'm not saying that you shouldn't. That emotional experiences are powerful and useful. They teach us things. They are part of this experience. So I'm not saying to not experience those. However, you don't have to stay in those things. You can visit them. You can experience them. But then come back to, what did that just teach me? What can I get out of this? This is happening for me. Oh, it's happening for me. Well, how? How can I look at this in that it's going to make me better? Then it doesn't matter what happens in 2023 at all. It's all going to be fantastic. It's all going to bring you exactly what you signed up for. So look at it in that way. And then, no matter what happens to you, 2023 will be a great year. I would like to do an activation for you today, nice and quick as they usually are. We're just going to bring you back into living in the now. Whenever you're watching this, this could be a few days before the new year. It could be in the middle of 2023. Doesn't matter. What I want to do is focus you in on this moment, and I want to make that easier for you to access, because it's hard to remember to do that sometimes because we get so wrapped up in our future thinking or our past thinking. So when you find yourself worried and scared, take a moment and go, wait a minute, what was that video that I watched with Zane? Oh, right. It's me. I need to go ahead and live in the moment right this second. So go ahead and close your eyes and take a nice big deep breath. And relax as you exhale. Feel yourself sinking into the seat that you're sitting in right now. And all we're going to do is we're going to zero you in on the moment. Feel the temperature of the room that you're in against your skin. Appreciate the breath. The breath is only available to us as these humans or 3D beings that we come here to be. If we are a higher self or our soul, if we are any other spiritual entity, then we don't get to breathe. So appreciate this breath experience. Feel that. Notice it moving in and out of your nostrils. And how my activations work is I'm going to simply say, breath in. When I do, you're going to take a nice big deep breath and you're going to hold it in the moment. And you're going to wait until I make a loud explosive sound. And then you can exhale. Breath in. Awake! Good. That's all there is to it. When you're ready to live in the moment, no matter what happens on the outside, then you can open your eyes. Thanks for watching, and I took a pause in my Negative Entity 101 series just so that I could record this video as we move into the new year. I will resume that next week, and if you're not familiar with it, then I'll leave a link right here that you can check out. I really appreciate everything, and I appreciate you helping me, and you can do that by subscribing, by liking this video, and you can help me by leaving a comment and letting me know what you thought of this video, if it helps you in any way. And that helps me because YouTube then promotes my video more because it's garnered your support. As you give me support, then it says, oh, these videos must be useful, and I want to make sure other people see them. So thank you again. I love you unconditionally, and I'll see you in the next video.